Welcome back to Backroom Convos. I'm your host with the most, Lesego M 24, aka shoot your shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, this is the last segment of the day. So earlier on, before we went on to the break, we did mention over to the song of the day is Please by Cardi B featuring Bruno Mars. The song currently sits at $500 million on Spotify alone. It's an amazing song. It was released, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019. The song is 3 minutes 20 seconds long. So yeah, I just wanted to continue from where we left off. No, there's a lot of things that we didn't touch on. So shout out to the I always said the team. So I'm using all the affiliates, but shout out to Thembinkosi Lorch, man. He just joined Lady Sundowns from Orlando Pirates. I know there's been a big debate, and Orlando Pirates is just showing a lot of love. I don't know if that is like mean or like they really people really mean it, but shout out to Lorch. I also saw the behind the scenes video of him and the Sundowns players. So that was also dope to see that he's blending in very nicely of Patriots, some of the players. I think more than anything, you need to build a relationship as a player. You need to build a relationship of Patriot other players that you play with on the field, right? So I felt like a lot of the people see the interaction and him being in the forefront and dancing and doing all those things. It was good to see or it's safe to say he'll be playing in Sundowns, and because people were like, this might be another Obama story whereby you just hear about Oba being a part of Sundowns, but game time is being compared with Ali Rejali, or they still keep it at a competitive nature. I think now the debate in Sundowns is Mushishi's dope, right? So Mushishi is dope, but Lorch is also nice as well, and they play the same position, So now I'm like, I wonder how is it going to work now, because Mushishi is there, Lorch is here, but that's going to be very interesting to see, bro. From Sundowns, but for the longest time and still now, I feel Lubuti, I'm still not a fan of Mushish. You understand? I get Uti was being compared with Dr. Kumalo and all, but I still feel like Mushishi hasn't given me what Lorch has given me, So, and this is me, it's an opinion that I have. I know all of you be eating me up on the comment sections, but this is my own opinion. But everybody has their own opinion about players and everything. So I wanna show you something. Before I left, I wanted to talk about the stats and everything, surrounding the debate against Lorch and Mushishi, and but I think it doesn't really matter at this point as long as the full week. Because I think one other thing is to also note to see Rulan is also an amazing coach. Rulan is an amazing coach. So buying or bringing in Lorch, I think in a way there is a plan for him in Sundowns, and knowing Rulani, you'd know there's a plan, there's always, they don't call him Pep for nothing, you know what I mean? They don't call it Jose. Is it Jose or Pep? I don't remember. But yeah, that's what I wanted to also talk about during the day when we had that episode, but we couldn't talk about. And even who's that guy who overdosed? The kid Cobain, the kid Cobain saga. We also had to just speak about it, because the guy, private investigator by the name of Tom Grant, actually was one of the few people who were investigating the death of Kate Cobain, which happened 30 years ago. So he was one of the people who stuck with the story, investigated, brought evidence, and they posted into his Twitter account. And they really posted some of the explicit stuff, the post-mortem or is it autopsy? Yeah, they posted an autopsy, and it did show on the autopsy with the Kate Cobain was on drugs. Even I think I'm looking for the picture where it says he was on drugs, but he was on drugs for sure. So they did see that, and when we speak about Kurt Cobain, so rest in peace to Ricky. When we speak about Kurt Cobain, I remember the story where Ricky was sitting down, and I don't remember who he was having this conversation with, but he was speaking about, I think he was speaking to Slacker, and they were talking about depression and how Ricky is not new to depression and like him having suicidal thoughts, you know. So I think he's been having that, and even speaking about Kurt Cobain and like all the people who passed on because of like depression and, you know, A, B, and C. It's like, yeah, I've seen young people pass on, and Kurt Cobain is one of those few people he noted. I don't remember the other people, but he did mention quite a few people. But it, like, for me, suicidal thoughts are not the first, like, they're not something that it's something that occurs on a regular for him, you know. So yeah, forgive me for those. I'm using a lot of filler words. I'm tired, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that again, to say like they did find like a couple of drugs on their systems, and even the porn star, what's the name of that porn star, and something, and he also passed on because of drug overdose. So like that alone, it shows you Whitney, she was also killed by drugs. So like this is the autopsy of Kurt Cobain. So I'm looking at it now. So a lot of people are saying, this document is legit. So it says Kurt Donald Cobain was killed by, in like the blood they found ethanol. I don't know what ethanol is, but they found ethanol, they found morphine, RIA, they found cocaine, they found I don't know what's this word. This is like a science word. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's that. So like basically they're saying, there was drugs in his blood. So I think a lot of people, when this happened, a lot of people blamed the worker, the housekeeper, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when Kurt was like indoors and not going out to the. They felt like he was keeping him hostage, and, you know, put him after a while. Kurt is normal, and, you know, so that happened. I don't know. Never listen to his music. I'm not a fan, or like, you know, I'm not. So I've heard people, I think the first time I've heard of dude is when, you know, Ricky was talking about him, was like, well, maybe I need to search and find out who this bro is, because like Ricky's talking about it must be someone who's been, you know, important, or someone who's been influential in the music scene or the culture, which it is true. Like he was very influential in the 90s, and, you know, so rest in peace to like Kurt Cobain as well, man. So yeah, moving right along, I want to talk about the Floyd chanties that happened on the internet. So Floyd Mayweather, if you don't know, like, and is it NBA young boy is dating Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and I think they have children together as well. So I think Floyd sent in 2 briefcase full of cash to NBA young boy to say like, yo, I need rights and for my grandchildren to change their surname to like Mayweather. I think I don't know if it's like Mayweather's surname. I don't know if it's a thing or it's like just, you know, for public persona and stuff. I don't know. So I think he did set the money. He was in the new, I think that's a Rolls Royce. He did mention everything. He's in a new car, Rolls Royce, if I'm not mistaken. I did watch the video for sure. So he did say that. And like what one thing that you didn't see on the internet is that they say what's the NBA young boy. There was an interview. Let me give you a background story of this. So there was an interview that NBA young boy did with some lady. The interview was like, nah, like I'm not really with these kids. I'm really here because you're here. But other than this, I'm always in the studio cooking music. And I think from that, Floyd took that and he was like, no, this is like not the proper representation of what a father should be to my grandchildren. And I think that's when he decided to take all these, you know, 2 briefcases to him. And he's like, yo, bro, I want to buy the rights and the surname for these kids to be under my name or under my surname, because you are misrepresenting, you know, and that's what happened. You know, even the son that was there, and like in NBA young boys video, the son that was there, that's like, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's Floyd Mayweather's grandchild, because I don't know if it's like a daughter or the son, so it's like grandchild. So as he said it, but what she never got in the news is that NBA young boy sent double what Floyd sent him. He sent him double. So I was like, yeah, because people were also even confused on the internet. They would be like, why do people who are rich send one another money? And because they're already rich, you can't give someone who has money with money. Like, it doesn't make sense. And that's what someone was saying on Twitter. No, not on Twitter, on the Shade Room. They were saying that on Shade Room. And I was like, oh, that really makes sense. Like, I've never understood the concept of, like, you know, giving one another money when you also, like, have damn money. You know, like, I think when you have money, when you gift someone with money, you need to, like, think out of the box. And you have to, like, gift someone with something that holds, like, value, you know, beyond cash. I think that's one of those pieces, like the what you call this, fine art. If you buy fine art for someone with money and you're like, yo, bro, like, this is it, like, one of a kind, one of a few even, you know, like, that's one way you can do it, you know what I mean? So NBA Youngboy also sent the money back, and I think because of pride as well, didn't take it. And I think he also wanted the son or the grandchild to have I don't know what's the surname of the young boy. I don't know what's the young boy's surname. But he's like, nah, no son of mine is going to take the Mayweather surname. He's keeping everything as is, you know? You know, he's keeping everything as is. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he sent double the money back to him. And he has influence. NBA young boy has influence. And he's only 24 years of age, bro. Like, what? So, yeah, that happened, man. I think it's also on the internet. So I was looking at that surname. I was looking at the name, who his name is, but like it's only showing his son's names and it's not showing young boy's name. I don't know. Yeah. Or it's showing here. It's Ketro Deshawn. So Gladden, yeah, Catherine Deshawn Gladden. Deshawn Gladden, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how you pronounce the name? Gladden? Please do go with me in the comment section. I'm your host, the most Lesego M, Daily Report, aka Future Shorter. Maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy, like Kai, bro. So yeah, that's it, man. NPM boy sent the money back, but there was no like media paparazzi like Floyd did, so everybody can know. You know, like he kind of like did it low key, so like the people who are like true fans of like hip hop and who follow like rumor reports about who's doing what in hip hop or the culture, so those people are the ones that know Kuchi, like, you know, NBA boy did send the money back, you know what I mean? So yeah, do let me know what you think, guys. And one last topic that I really want to talk about, I wanted to talk about who's this Chrisean Rock, bro. Like, I thought him in like Chrisean, man. I thought him and Blueface were over, you know, because they left one another and they were like, yeah, I'll be there for the child. And the last time I think I saw a video of Blueface chasing Chrisean Rock out the house, and he's like, nah, we done with you in, leave my house. And guess what I see today in my feed? The same chick that said to us that she's done with Blueface, she's moving on. She did the mixtapes and featured a lot of dudes in like this, and you know, the Blueface. I see him with the face tat of Blueface, and I'm like, this is insanity, guys. Like, how do you tat yourself or tat your face with somebody else's face? Like, how? Like, how love are you? How in in love are you? You know, like, I don't think we would see no much of love in my life would ever like get me to a point where I'm like, I need to get this chick's tat on my face. Like, no amount of money, bro. Like, no offense, but not even amount of love can get me to a point where I'm like, I'm putting face tat of somebody. Nothing, bro, like this. So Chrisean did it, and I think there was a makeup artist on TikTok who was saying, Chrisean, you can also like do your makeup and really hide this, and like, yo, it really did hide the makeup. And I was like, oh, this is actually dope though. Like, yo, not a lot of people are talking about this. That's why we see a lot of difference in like all these females who are like using makeup, because that thing really makes you pop, bro. Like, it really makes you pop. When I saw that, I was like, oh snap, this is like, what? So yeah, man, do let me know what you think about this episode, man. I'm your host with the most, Lesego M, report, aka Chrisean. Maybe you might get a chance to call me daddy, like Cairo. The book of the day, you know, it's like the first book that we were speaking about in the morning, so it's still the same book, The Secret of Self-Healing. For those of you who didn't catch it, that's the book. So, but the author of the book is Mao Xing. The book was released 27 December 2007. For all of you who are interested, please do read it and let me know what you think on the comment section. So the book is $19, so somebody do conversions then let us know how much that is in rands, you know. So yeah, I think we've reached the end of the episode. You know, I think it's fair now to say, you know, I fulfilled my duties for the day. I wrote up, I showed up for the second episode, because normally it's not easy for me to like pitch for, like, you know, the last episode. But you know, here I am, man. I woke up, I pushed, I am here. We enjoyed this episode. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, me talking to you as much as I did, you know, listen, oh, yeah, you listening. What am I saying? But yeah, so do let me know what you think on the comment section. I'm your host with the most, Lesego M, report, aka Future Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Carol. Let's meet tomorrow in another exciting episode of Backroom Convos with Lesego M. Cheers.